the level of enthusiasm and the determination to work hard over the next, 90 days, 87 days, to make this a national victory is clearly in place. I was at an event last night in the San Francisco Bay Area, and people were really pumped up. They were ready to go to work. They're ready to open their wallets, and they're ready to make phone calls across the nation or to go over to Nevada and start walking up and down Reno and Las Vegas.
And Mr. Garamendi, I'm very familiar with District 8. I lived and worked in Oakland for years. So is there the same level of energy you need to put on the ground to help support Vice President Harris there as the rest of your constituents need to do across the country?
Well, I can only speak for the Bay Area right now. As I said, I was there last night in District 8 in Contra Costa County. Good to have you come back someday and we'll visit and talk. But in any case, there is real enthusiasm. There was a lot of concern, serious concern about Biden. I think all of us knew that. We loved him. We wanted to work with him. If he was our candidate, we were going to do everything to see that he won. But that concern is gone. And now there's an enthusiasm. Tim Walz was an enormously important addition to this ticket. He brings to the ticket an element that obviously Kamala, as a woman, doesn't have. And so the balance is terrific here. And also on the issues, a governor putting forth in his state programs that deal with education, enacting the Roe law for the state of Minnesota. All of that was done. So the combination is really powerful. And I think it's a winning ticket. I really do. I felt the change watching and listening to various broadcasts across the nation. But here in California, we're all in.
Are you concerned, though? Are you concerned about the choice of Mr. Walz, though, Governor? Because he was seen as an underdog VP pick. Walz is known as a very progressive politician. He was the right choice to win over the moderate voters. Or will this be a problem as you look to consolidate support across the nation?
Well, this is going to be great fun. I can't wait for the debate between Walz and Vance, because Vance is going to go after him. Oh, you're just a wild, crazy liberal. And he said, yeah, I want children to have food. I don't want them to be hungry when they go to the class. So, yeah, I have free breakfast and free lunches for kids in Minnesota. And by the way, in Minnesota, a woman's right to choose is preserved. Yeah, those are things. If that's crazy, then let's talk about it. There are many, many other things. Gun safety laws. He put in place the red flag law. Is that a crazy liberal? No, that's protecting spouses, men and women that are being assaulted and threatened with a gun by their spouse. So those things are what he did. And I'm sure that he and the rest of us are going to be very happy to talk about his record. And by the way, this business of Walz and misstating, yeah, tell me which one of us in politics, from Trump all the way down, occasionally misstate. Yeah, he did. But he did serve 24 years in the National Guard. And he is familiar with assault weapons, no doubt about it. He's trained to use them. Was he in a war zone? No, but did he support the war in Afghanistan, serving in Italy? Absolutely, he did. He was deployed there. So these are things that are going to be talked about. But the reality is we've got a terrific ticket. And by the way, we've got the issues on our side. We're positive. We're looking to the future. We're optimistic about the future. And on the other side, Trump is so gloomy, so negative, so everything is bad. Well, everything is not bad in America. In fact, America is a great place, and we're going forward with some very, very solid legislation in place. The Infrastructure Act, the Inflation Reduction Act, moving away from carbon-based fuels.
And Congressman, I've got to ask you one more question before I run out of time, because Vice President Harris is getting heat by Republicans who say she's dodging the media's questions. With the new debate set for September, how can Harris step up to the plate against a former president and answer the questions on a lot of voters' minds?
Well, first of all, she will certainly do a press conference with the press. Otherwise, you guys are going to chew her up. But let's take a look. 3 weeks. 3 weeks ago, she was not at the top of the ticket. She now won the Democratic nomination going into the convention. She selected a terrific candidate to run for her as vice president. and they are out touring. But she will do the press because, listen, I've been around a long, long time. You either feed the press or they're going to feed on you.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.